Hello, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order, please? Oh, hello. I'm gonna be a bit nosy. Cactus Jack sent me. What? You know, the Travis Scott burger. Mr. Jack the Cactus sent me. No, we're not doing that promotion here. That's US only, mate. Oh, for fuck's sake! I come down here for me Travis Scott nuggies. Fucking hell.
All right, and we're recording. We're live over the airwaves. Hello, everybody. What's up?
What's popping?
What is popping fresh? Drip or drown? How you
As
doing?
the kids say.
I love that phrase.
As we briefly touched on before recording, I'm doing terrible.
Yeah.
You can probably hear that my voice is a bit off, or I sound like I'm slurring, or I sound like I'm doing a very mild impression of Sean Connery. Is because I have a mouth ulcer on my tongue. Probably the result of how much salt I consume. Will that change? Service says no. But I thought I'd power through because we're already delayed.
That's the thing. Commitment, isn't it? Commitment to doing what we do.
Yeah.
Like, you've got a mouth ulcer. I just got out of bed. Like, it's, we suffer for our art.
We have
We
similar
really do.
struggles.
Yeah.
No, because we already pushed the podcast back because I was on my jollies last weekend. Went to Lake District, very nice. So yeah, you have to deal with this, but we have lots to talk about. So that's me, I guess. Let's crack on.
Let's crack on. Yeah, I'm all right on my side. What did I do last weekend? To be honest, I haven't done much outside of work and sort of just like streaming, watching films and that. I actually I've been putting it off for so long. I'm gonna watch Blade Runner tonight. I've been putting it off for ages, but I'm gonna watch Blade Runner tonight, the new one, not the original. I've already seen the original.
I've seen neither.
I haven't seen the new one, so I'm gonna give that a bash tonight. Other than that, I've been watching The Boys again. The Boys is back. Have you watched The Boys? I feel like it's something that you would like.
Yeah, I watched it. Well, I've seen it, read it. Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah,
really, to be fair, most things that Carl Urban decides to be in turn out all right.
Carl Urban is all right, isn't he? Like he's not bad.
One of New Zealand's biggest exports, following Lord of the Rings.
Mate, New Zealand has been getting a lot of good press lately. Like in the way that sort of I've not really seen any other places get.
Yeah.
Like most places get this place is quite nice, but there's also a dark side to it. New Zealand lately has just been getting a lot of this place is great, like press. Like, hey, we handle the virus easy peasy. Everybody listens. We've got Lord of the Rings.
Come to think of it, I've just said Carl Urban and Lord of the Rings as two separate entities, but I just remembered he's actually in it. He's the lead of the writers of Rohan at Yoma.
God, see, Carl Urban is everywhere.
In case you get asked in the pub quiz.
Yeah. No, but I really like for me, the best thing about The Boys is all the sort of like socio-political stuff that it does and talks about. Like if people, I swear, and this is a thing we touched on last time, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but people, I think, choose not to see the politics in the media they consume. Because I was reading something the other day, like on a Discord channel, and someone said like, "Yeah, The Boys isn't political." Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
like,
dear.
It is insanely political. Like the whole fucking thing is about American exceptionalism and capitalism, basically. That's the whole thing. It's the whole point. Isn't Garth Ennis quite a lefty bloke?
I mean, most people who make comics in this vein, I think the next person to look at would be Alan Moore for like Watchmen. But I think what Garth Ennis does better than Alan Moore, because I just prefer The Boys to Watchmen, because I notoriously hate Watchmen because it's boring as fuck. It's like Garth Ennis, you can feel how much he dislikes superhero comics, and I can respect that. Because he's like,
he fucking hates him, doesn't he?
Yeah. Which is good. Like, and you can really feel it, and like it informs his ability to not hold back, and you can't miss the point of it apparently the guy in that Discord did though.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
whereas with Watchmen, a lot of it goes over people's heads and like, wow, look at cool man with Rorschach face, and you're like,
Oh, that was a thing for the longest time. Like that was back in the day when people used to compare themselves to fucking Tyler Durden and stuff as well, isn't
yeah.
it? It's the same losers that don't, that don't actually understand what
Who
they're
make
watching.
TikToks about
Yeah.
fighting people and slapping their belts around.
Can we link that somewhere so people can see it?
For
Right?
context,
Yeah, visual aids. You know what I'm saying?
before the podcast started, Jim sent me a fucking TikTok of some dude walking into a room while some country music about fighting is playing, and he's shirtless and he's ready to hit people with a belt.
Somebody better call the law. It's incredible. It's incredible. Like the internet is truly a blessing. Truly, truly, truly a blessing. God, what a time to be
I
alive.
think TikTok is so cursed. I don't think it's going to be around in the next 5 years when every country is just sick of TikTok.
Like,
But
yeah,
holy
it's weird
shit.
because it's such a phenomenon with like the Zoomers, isn't it? Like it's absolutely taken over. Like you post anything on there, like I've been looking into this obviously with like work stuff. And whenever even when brands post stuff, the amount of like people that's even just see it
Yeah.
is huge. Like it blows up fast. Like I don't know if that converts to like other people clicking on it, and going to your website or whatever. But
There's probably some algorithm, some contraption where that equals great for advertisers and stuff. But
don't they also have like don't TikTok have some like shady algorithms like Instagram where it's like more attractive people get bumped up?
yeah, I
Don't they have
mean,
one of them?
and you get that, and there was a whole outrage about it. But like, and it is wrong, and it should be changed. But at the same time, I'm like, why are you surprised that they've just managed to apply an algorithm to an app for something that's just been happening manually in society forever? Like, oh, why would they make a string algorithm to put pretty people? Like, have you seen a billboard, an advertisement,
Yeah,
magazine?
like it's scummy. It's scummy, but I mean, we shouldn't be surprised. Like it's just how it is, right?
I will tell you though,
I
I
Go on.
saw a TikTok the other day that genuinely made me piss myself, and it was really well. It wasn't well done. It was made to like be low budget, but you know the scene in fucking Twilight where she's like, "Oh, I know you're a vampire," and he's like, "Oh, say it out loud."
Is it the gay Yorkshire
Yes.
version? Fuck me, that had
Say
me
it out
howling.
loud. What am I? Vampire, that's right. It's the
That was
fucking
so funny.
the bit that got me is the bit where he goes, "That's right," before she even finishes it.
Yeah. I fucking love it. That's the thing, right? I feel like so like TikTok took a lot of the sort of essence of Vine, right, and what made
Yeah,
Vine good. And probably a lot of people who used Vine probably use that as well. But one thing that I've noticed is that it's also got this sort of like sub world to it. Like there's the TikTok for the Zoomers where they have these fucking hype houses and all that shit where they're like
yeah,
celebrities basically. There's the Vine lane where people just do little skits and stuff, which is good.
yeah,
Like there's some funny ass skits, and then there's this weird branch off of like odd people who just jump on TikTok trends or whatever when they probably shouldn't be because they're like 55 and they've
yeah,
got 4 kids. And it's become a weird thing where it's like, yes, I'm on TikTok. Yes, I'm a mum or something like that. It's odd. It's very odd. There's this odd, like, seedy side of it where there's just weird blokes and children. And it's odd because you can do
yeah.
those duet things with random people, can't
Yeah,
they?
so I watched a YouTube video about it, about some dude who was creeping on TikTok by just duetting like random kids and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. They duet with children. Like it's like old blokes who are like duetting with teenagers and stuff. It's like,
Yeah, I
what are you
don't mean
what
to
are you doing?
sound boomer pilled here, but like 4 years ago, maybe even three if I'm being generous, I'd have been like, no, I'm pretty sure I could raise my kid to be fine on the internet and stuff. But ever since TikTok, I'm like, absolutely, I'm gonna be terrified to put my
Yeah, I
kid
was I was thinking
anywhere
about
near an
this the
internet
other
connection.
day. Like this is I feel like yeah, we're just getting boomer pilled slowly, right? We're just getting older
Because
because
as technology advances, and I don't say this to be a joke or a meme, but as technology advances, pedos are just getting
pedos are
more
getting more
advanced.
advanced.
It's like that
They're
episode of
teching up.
Brass Eye, but like it's
Yeah,
not satire
send her into
anymore. But
space.
it's all like that there's that sketch where the that nonce gets beaten up in prison and he comes out like half robot and they call him a roboplegic wrong cock.
Is that the same one where it's like the house?
Yeah, yeah. Pedophile disguised himself as a school. Yeah, but like these people, obviously, they're taking these new advancements in technology, and it's terrifying, especially around for someone like me who is thinking in the next what 6 years, I'll at least have one child, probably, hopefully.
Well, like the thing that I always think about is I think like the internet has come to like so far from a point where like when I was a kid, you know, when I was a kid, I was on stuff on the internet I probably shouldn't have been on as well. Like, you know, I was watching like weird Newgrounds animations and shit that absolutely warped my brain and made me the weirdo I
Yeah,
am today.
Simpson.
Um, like, so, and I don't have a problem with that because, like, I would rather my kids sort of just like I don't know, explore and learn shit and learn who they are, whatever, you know.
Yeah,
But I feel like we're at a point with the internet now where it's so like it's not even just the internet, it's the social side of it. It's like social media is such a big thing now, like it wasn't when I was using the internet as a babby. I was just like on animations
yeah,
and stuff. Like to go on chats with people, you'd have to really fucking try.
yeah. There'd be
Like
like those weird sites where you had like chat rooms and stuff. It was like
yeah, but
so
there was
much of
like
a hassle to do it.
you had to go and find that specifically,
Yeah,
or
whereas
you had
like,
to download an IRC client
mhm,
and like join a server and stuff like that. Whereas like now it's sort of like the go to. And the thing that I really find weird is that like um there are a lot of like 13-year-old kids and above on like social sites. Like they have mobile phones, they have social media accounts and stuff like that. And I don't innately have something against it because I think that's just how it is. That's just what like
yeah,
socializing is as a youngster now. But I also think it's so like it just can't be healthy for them like mentally. Like the way I think about it is like I don't know. I think like when you have cliques and stuff at high school, right? And
yeah,
you get like imagine that in a social media age. Like,
yeah,
you know, so and so's not friends with me or something like that. And I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of as we sort of advance, also people tend to age a lot quicker, I think. Or
mhm.
like want to age a lot quicker. Like, I don't know.
I
I don't
think
know, maybe I sound like an old man
the
rambling right now,
worrying
don't I?
thing for me is like being like growing up and being a teenager. One of the things you cannot avoid is embarrassing yourself or doing something you regret and stuff like that. Whereas in the past, like to be being an embarrassed, stupid teenager, like at most, like the worst thing to you is like, oh, the entire school knows. That's like a couple hundred people, and that's devastating enough. Imagine doing a fuck up in this day and age, and you
God, imagine,
happened
yeah.
a couple of months before that, had gone viral with a tweet or something, and like 50K people just see you being a fucking cringe teenager and then never
And
let you forget it.
but I also
Terrifying.
imagine I imagine that like I don't know, I think it's just like again, I think this is just the way probably the way that like our parents thought about what we were doing on the internet as well.
Yeah,
I think it's just that thing where you sort of you think you understand it and you're like, you know, oh, it's dangerous, it's scary, but for them it's probably just like second nature and it's just how it is, you know, like we just
mhm,
kind of have to learn to live with it and learn to adapt. Like I think I should mention this before a couple of weeks ago in one of the episodes. My brother my brother and his fiance she's got a child. So
yeah,
it's not my brother's child, but you know, he's like stepdad to her. Um and she's like 7 and they're teaching her the value of like money already, so they're like they've got her a little debit card that they can put money on,
yeah,
and they give her like money monthly and give her the debit card and are like, you know, you do you.
yeah.
And she's learning from that, like, you know, she bought a shitload of toys and then was like, oh fuck, I'm out of money, kind of thing. She probably didn't say, oh fuck, I'm out of money. Like, you know,
Oh,
she's like
fuck you.
she's like learning. She's like, oh, actually, I can't spend all this money right now. I should wait because otherwise I'll have none left. And I
Yeah,
think it's the same kind of thing with internet stuff, right? Like we have to just I don't know. It's a big task, but you kind of just have to be there.
Yeah.
Like, especially with all this weird shit going on YouTube, like the whole ElsaGate thing, I don't think ever stopped. I think it's just
Yeah. I think it just
more
got
of this
buried.
shit keeps popping up. And it's really weird. I think it's such an odd thing to me. It's one of those like internet phenomenons that just scares me. Like there's nothing too like ooh spooky about it. It's just it's creepy. It's like
Yeah.
people uploading videos that are like aimed at children, but it's like Spider-Man fucking chopping someone's head off or something.
Hmm.
And I'm like with weird noises and that, and I'm like, this is like odd. Like he's trying to like brainwash my child to be like nuts or what? Like what are they doing here?
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's very
Well,
weird.
well, I'm glad you mentioned brainwashing because that brings us on to the meatiest, forgive the pun,
You've been
topic
waiting to talk about this for
of
the
this.
entire
It's the
week.
Travis Scott burger, everyone.
Hey, Cactus Jack sent me.
Straight up.
Cactus Jack sent me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so. This is my favorite thing of probably the year. I think it's the funniest thing that has happened the
The
entire year.
reason why I'm so excited to talk about it is because I don't know a fucking thing about it, but I find the
It
concept very funny.
it's lit. So I have done extensive research
Nice.
into this, right? I have done extensive research into this
Nice.
stuff. So Travis Scott and McDonald's. Don't know if you guys. So I'll just explain it in case you guys don't know.
Yeah.
Travis Scott and McDonald's have done like a crossover thing, like a cross promo. So
Yeah.
it's like Travis Scott did an advert where it's like this is my meal, and I think LeBron did one back in the day. I think Travis Scott is the only person other than LeBron James to do it, to have their own like themed McDonald's meal.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's Travis Scott's meal or whatever, right? And you know what like young rap fans are like in the US? They're absolutely insane.
Mhm.
So this is like a limited time thing. So people turned up in the masses to buy a Travis Scott burger, a Travis Scott meal. And
Yeah.
it's just a $6 meal, right? It's just a $6 meal. So there's multiple issues and weird things going on with this that are too funny. First off, they had Travis Scott go to the fucking McDonald's, one of them, which
Okay.
is during a pandemic,
Nice.
to stand on top of a car and headbang or something. And there's like a crowd of like 100 kids like around it.
Did he
I'm like,
pick up his
okay.
mic stand and flail it around him like in
He
that
kind of did
notorious
that
skit?
kind of thing. Like
Nice.
there's one video that I need to try and find for you and send to you, and it's super funny. Someone like so he surprised a fan at the drive-through when they went through. Like he was, serving the meal. He didn't say anything. He handed them the meal and then started headbanging. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
No, to be fair, Travis Scott seems like a very awkward human being.
He really does. He really does. Like he's I don't know, but anyway, the core of this like thing it's the funniest, right? The funniest shit about this. So they did an advert. And it's like a little figurine Travis Scott talking about, hey, this is my McDonald's meal, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Which consisted of a burger with bacon and tomato,
Okay.
a standard ass burger, which was it's lit or something like that. I don't know. They
Nice.
had all these like little product pictures, and they all had like Travis Scott's burger, it's lit, like Travis Scott's Sprite, straight up. And then it's
Nice.
like Sprite with extra ice or something like
Just
that.
just as a sidebar,
It's plain. Go on.
fucking the McDonald's Sprite in America. Oh,
It's
I didn't believe
incredible.
all the memes, and then
Oh, it's
where
incredible, dude. Like
holy crap,
McDonald's Sprite in general is super good. Like it is next level. Americans one is absolutely wild, but it is still better than standard Sprite and
yeah,
standard lemonade. Like a Mackie Sprite is the only drink to go to at McDonald's. It's crispy.
it's
It's got that.
crimsy.
Yeah, it's crimsy, man. It's got like that fucking picture of Drake with his mind being blown.
Yeah,
It's exactly the feeling. But they had this straight up Sprite, the fucking it's lit burger, whatever. And at the end of the day, it was and also the fries with barbecue sauce to dip. So it's the most basic shit, but it's what Travis Scott orders apparently.
yeah.
So they sold it as like a package deal kind of thing. People went in their masses and started buying these because it was limited edition,
Yeah.
and now they're selling them online. I looked the other day, and there was one going for $250
Nice.
that said also includes what did it say? It said some of the sandwich included, and it was just like lettuce in the box.
Debris from the sandwich, I think it was phrased or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
but like I'm looking at one right now. Okay, 70 people have viewed this per hour.
Nice.
Price $58.
Nice.
It's just a receipt that says the Travis Scott meal.
Nice.
And like I don't get it. I really don't get it. Why people are buying this. And this is also something that some of the fans got pissed about. There's no theming on the box or anything.
Yeah.
It is literally just a Mackey's box. It's just a quarter pounder box. And so some of them were fuming online, which was hilarious. Like, what the fuck? I bought this and I didn't get anything. It's just a regular quarter pounder box. Like that's the point. It's just a meal. It's just
it's just what he orders from the already existing menu.
But people are ordering because there's a receipt that says the Travis Scott. People are putting it up online and people are paying for it. People are bidding on these things to have a receipt that says the Travis Scott, which is so weird to me.
You don't understand, James. Cactus Jack sent them.
Well, that's also a funny thing. So he says in the advert, tell him Cactus Jack sent you. Just a fucking obviously it's just a turn of phrase because he is Cactus Jack, right? It's just a fucking phrase. People actually went and got pissed that they didn't get anything extra for saying Cactus Jack sent me. There are tweets from some kids like, I said Cactus Jack sent me and I got nothing extra. This promo is a lie. Like, I'm just imagining some little kid sent up like, Cactus Jack sent me. And they're like, yeah, all right.
All right, kid.
Okay, mate. But the Cactus Jack sent me thing, obviously, like whenever something is bad for the Zoomers that are really, really invested in this, it becomes something hilarious for those of us that are older and laughing from the sidelines. So Cactus Jack sent me is now a whole thing. Like, and there was a video I saw earlier of someone pulling up to a drive-through, and they're like, "Can I help?" And they go, "Cactus Jack sent me," and the person on the other side is just like, sorry, what? Oh, but yeah, it's a whole thing. The
what
Travis Scott Fortnite burger.
Why is Travis Scott calling himself Cactus Jack?
I don't know. I was just
a
thinking
wrestling fan, or
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I tell you what is weird as well, though. So I don't know what McDonald's are getting out of this deal.
Like I really don't. Big name exposure because they saw that Travis Scott did a huge fucking Fortnite concert and they're like, we want that.
But that's like, I feel like Travis Scott is benefiting more than Mackey's, like big time.
Absolutely not. McDonald's, I think the reason they did it, I was reading somewhere, their sales were down like 30%, so they needed something big.
But the thing is, like, if you look at, so you go to TravisScott.com, right? His merchandise store at the moment, it's full, by the way. They put a fuck ton of merchandise up there.
Yep.
And it's all Mackey's themed, but it's the Mackey's M and it says Cactus Jack instead of McDonald's. So I'm presuming that all of this merchandise, the majority of the sales money will go to Travis Scott because it's his website and his merchandise, no?
Don't know.
Like, because that's what I mean. Like, I'm looking at this site now. There's a T-shirt that's just, it's a red shirt with the McDonald's logo on, but it says Cactus Jack instead of McDonald's. And on the back, it says Cactus Jack, like in fries or seeds.
Yeah.
Or sesame seeds.
Right.
Sold out. Like, that's sold out. All the ones that look like Mackie staff T-shirts are sold out. There's a T-shirt that's just a bunch of fries. That's sold out. A T-shirt with a fucking... What the fuck? There's T-shirts that are sold out that are literally just McDonald's potatoes, like the little cartoon potatoes. It's mad. Denim shorts with the Mackey's M on the bum. Sold out.
Sold out. God damn it.
It's insane. I mean, the basketball's kind of cool. I kind of fuck with. I fuck with like special edition basketballs.
Yeah, cool.
I think they're pretty cool. There's one that says like Cactus Jack Classic or something. I kind of fuck with that. The Nugget body pillow, that's sold out, and that's the one that I actually wanted.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
cool.
was very, very close to buying one, apart from the fact that it's like $60 and it was like $30 for shipping.
Yeah,
Yeah, because of an actual fucking what is it, 36-inch long body pillow
that's a
of a
big
chicken
nugget.
nugget. That's a big nug. But yeah, I mean, sorry, I'm just going through all this merch and stuff. I'm just like, it's insane, dude.
It's
There was
lit,
a
one might
fucking.
say.
It's really lit for Travis Scott. Like he is like living even easier than he already was.
Yeah.
Like there's a cardboard cutout, like a literal cardboard cutout standee of the Travis Scott action figure, and that sold out, and it was $60. It was a cardboard cutout of like a Travis Scott with fries flying around him.
Jesus.
Like I tapping into that American Zoomer audience is just
Yeah.
you just make money. Like I feel like there's just a lot of parents in America with like shit tons of disposable income that the hype beast kids just benefit off.
Yeah. I
Like
think this type of shit is just the next logical progression from like where we trended towards like telling every child that like, oh, you're unique, you're special, blah blah. Only you could do this, blah blah, and then that's what gets people depressed later on in life when they don't achieve this destiny that's being imposed upon them. But like everything needs to be unique. You need your own thing. So like
consume.
yeah, so it's like, oh, look at this special edition fucking T-shirt that's Travis Scott and McDonald's. You could get a regular Travis Scott T-shirt or a McDonald's T-shirt, but look, these are the mashed it together. Wow, that's unique. Buy it.
Yeah, I mean, like limited time drops are easy way to sell stuff nowadays because people really, really want to be involved in it. And it puts that ultimatum on them, right? Like you can't. Like I do this all the time when I'm buying stuff. I look at it, I put it in my cart, and then I just click off, and I just don't come back ever. Like I forget about it, and I don't come back.
Okay.
Whereas I feel like with limited time stuff, you're kind of forced into buying it, right?
Not
Like,
force, but yeah,
I
it
say
does.
no, but
There's
you know
something
what I mean? It
psychological that
pressures you to
heaps on
buy
the
it.
pressure.
It's like if I don't buy it now, I will never be able to buy it. Whereas, like, if I'm looking at a fucking pair of shorts online or something, I'm like, well, I can just buy that when I need them, or I can buy that whenever.
True.
Whereas if it's like limited edition fucking Gunner shorts or something like that, I don't know. They'll just say drip on the bum. Like, you know, I have to buy them now. I gotta do it.
That's true.
But it's that, and it's also, I think, like hype beast. I don't understand. To be honest, the one thing I don't understand about hype beast culture, we just sound a couple of old men today, don't we?
Well, you do, I don't.
Yeah, just
I
me. I
fully
mean,
understand the culture.
you're not talking as much this week because you fucking ulcer. So I'm just carrying.
It hurts to be alive.
No, the like what I don't get about hypebeast culture. No, I understand the culture itself. I understand like because it's always been a thing, right? Like wanting the limited edition sneaks, like the the newest stuff. It's always been a thing. But what I don't get is how like a lot of these young kids, if they don't have like loaded parents, where do they get the money for it? Like, where do they get the money to afford this? Because it's not cheap. Like hype beast stuff like Bally's and stuff, and they're not cheap. And I always wonder like where it comes from. Like because at university, this is the thing that like ties it in for me. Like at university, there was kids that would queue up outside like the fucking whatever, not JD Sport, some fucking shop that sells hype stuff.
Yeah.
For like a shoe release or something. And I always thought like I know that kid's in my class or I know that kid's in my year or whatever. I know him. He comes from like a standard, very average background. Like, where's the spud from? But is it from like student loan? Do you think like people
Maybe.
just spud a lot of the money? Like, whereas we think about buying like this and that, and then also this and that, do they just go, nah, I'm just buying this, that's it? I'm putting all my money into this, and then that's it.
I mean, yeah, or maybe they get a bunch of money for like Christmas or their birthday. They'll buy like some really high end trainers, resell them at a larger value, and then they could buy more going forward or something
I
like
mean,
that.
true, because that's a whole thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I
That's the
imagine
whole
most
thing.
people who are queuing up are definitely part of the reselling circuit. So
Yeah, I watched a what do you call it? I watched a documentary, not documentary, like a little video about a bloke who goes around like interviewing people that own shops and stuff like that. And there's one in Manchester. There's like a shoe shop in Manchester that they don't actually sell their own stock. They sell it on behalf of other people. So
okay,
people buy shoes, like rare shoes, take them to them, they'll sell them on and then take a portion of the profit.
okay.
And it's become like a almost a marketplace for like really rare stuff. And it's like it's super cool. Super cool, but it's also like damn. Like damn, dude. Like that's a lot of money changing hands like constantly.
My problem with it is like it gates off lower income people from genuinely owning and enjoying the shoes because usually the people who resell them they always end up back in like upper class people who have fucking huge collections.
Well, yeah, this is the main issue with like the whole stuff in general. Like a lot of because of all the hype beast like culture in a way, and just everything that's going down with that. Um, it's become almost the norm now for mainstream and mainstream brands that people like and can afford to focus a lot on that. I think to
Mhm.
really go for like the expensive shoe, the rare shoe and stuff. And yeah, as you say, it's not like the rest of us are going to be walking around in fucking sketches from fucking Clark's whilst everybody else is wearing their valleys.
Yeah, luckily I'm like, I mean, I love shoes to an extent. I do have limited edition shoes here and there, but like, I've never queued up. I've never downloaded the reselling apps and stuff. And if I haven't been able to get shoes that I liked, I've just been like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Same here. To be honest with you, same here. But it's so I'm on eBay looking at Travis Scott merch in general at the moment. There's a pair of Travis Scott figurines from Fortnite going for $500.
I guess the promotion with the Travis Scott burger thing wasn't as exotic because of the pandemic and stuff, and they can't like mass manufacture Travis Scott
Yeah, like I
dolls
feel like they
anymore.
would have done, and I feel like they would have
Yeah,
made more money if they did. If they did like just a box with Travis Scott's face on it, I think would have sold fucking loads. Like honestly,
so I don't know why they didn't just postpone it for a year, but businesses.
business is business, isn't it? Business is business. I can't think of anything like. Sorry, I keep coughing. My throat's been weird. We're all ill today. We're all dying.
Don't you
I
compare
can't.
your pain to mine.
My pain is irritating. Your pain is nothing.
It feels like I've been shot in the mouth.
Great way to start the Saturday. Great way to start the Saturday.
Yeah.
Um, I want to branch off from this topic now because I'm just going deep down this like
Oh,
anti-capitalist rabbit hole again.
I've got something we can talk about.
Go on.
Talk about the video games. What have you been playing, pal?
I was about to say the same thing to you. I played a little bit of Crusader Kings 3 lately. That's fun
Nice.
because I don't know what it is about that game, but it's not what I expected it to be. Like I expected the game to be like a strategy game, like a total war kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking it was gonna be. But it turns out it's like a story simulator. It's like
Yeah.
there are some like tactical elements to it, a lot of shit that you can do wrong, a lot of shit that you can do right. But at the end of the day, it's mostly just like a story. It's like a random shit happens.
Yep.
Like random events happen, random shit happens. You choose your dialogue, and it's fun because it's stupid as shit. It's so stupid. I mean, like I murdered a child out of anger at one point in that game. I was
God.
just like, well, like they like fucking their dad fucked up my like kingdom. Like he like I for some reason I started a war with them and I lost. Okay, um,
So
and then
you
the
fucked
dad's
up your kingdom.
well, technically, but then the dad died, so I didn't have anyone to extract revenge on. So I just murdered the child instead. I threw him off a cliff. I plotted against him for a year and then threw him off a cliff.
How old was he?
Just like 9, 10, I think.
Just took you a year to plot against a 10-year-old.
I needed my vengeance on the bloodline.
All you need to say was like, come to this spooky forest. There's free V-Bucks in it.
That's the best thing about the game, though. Like, I played a game as like a child emperor at one point, and it's hilarious. Like you're just commanding people to go and fight wars for you, and you're like 6. You're this tiny little lad with a crown on. It's yeah. I've been playing that, and I've been playing shit. What else have I been playing this week? I've been playing Tony Hawk's 1 and 2.
Yeah, I just got it on Friday evening.
It's
You playing
fucking
it?
good, dude.
Yeah, it's good.
It's really good. It's a like the way I see it is that the remakes, like I'm getting a little bit tired of remakes in general, but we are the market for them, so it's kind of good. Like
Yeah.
we absolutely are the market for them. Like they know that. They know that those of us that played a shit ton of video games as kids now have jobs with disposable income. So we're 100% the market. That's why they keep remaking all this shit from like the PS1 era, because we're gonna
Yeah.
buy it. We're gonna eat it up. But this remake is very good. Like
It is, yeah.
it's basically the same game, just all the mechanics have been absolutely fine tuned to work. Like, so it's just the same game with none of the jank. Like, you fall over and it does this cool little rewind thing, you're straight back on your feet.
Yeah, the little glitchy thing.
Yeah, it's like it just feels so much better. And I think they did the same thing as they did with the Crash Bandicoot remake, because it's the same people, right, that remade it.
I think so. I never played the Crash Bandicoot remix though, so I wouldn't know.
But they did like so. What they did in the Crash Bandicoot remake is they took mechanic from I think 3 and put it into 1 and 2 because it was just a better mechanic. Like they just made the game better by doing that. And I think they did the same with this, right? They put like wall jump in and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which I don't think was in the original game. I think that came later on, like jumping off a wall.
Mm-hmm. The wall plant, yeah.
Yeah. So they put stuff like that, like in the game to make it just better, and it is just better. It's just the same game but better. It's like I would say if you liked Tony Hawk back in the day, like it's just a pure nostalgia trip, and it's absolutely worth the money.
Yeah, I played nearly all of them, so I was down to get the remake.
I want to see them make more though. Like,
yeah,
I would like them to do, because the thing is, I'm kind of sad because it is quite short. Like I 100%ed them both in about 8 or 9 hours.
yeah, I'm already halfway through number 2 at the moment.
Yeah. And there is like the bonus stuff to do. The online kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Because the online, and I didn't expect this, but I should have expected it, like in this day and age. So the online is like it's only competitive modes. There's no like horse and stuff like that. Like it's only like matchmaking. I think. I don't know if you can have custom lobbies. I'm not too sure, but I think it's only matchmaking with like score modes and tag modes and stuff like that. And I went online. I was like, all right, like I fancy myself okay at Tony Hawk's. Like this could go all right. So I start slamming it out. It's like, all right, 175k is the score to get, and whoever gets it first wins.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Start up my combo. 7 seconds in, yep, so and so's won. It's like, how the fuck did he do that? And there's just people like nailing 2 million point combos every round, and everyone else is on like 100k.
I'm one of those scumbags.
Are you one
just
of them?
fucking spam manual combos.
Well, see, that's the thing though. Like, I do that as well, but manuals just don't give you that much points. Like
Yeah,
these
'cause you
people
got,
were like
you
they
got
were
like
storming through with
yeah,
like 2 mil within like 10 seconds. Like they were just hitting big tricks. I
yeah.
mean, I
You just
figured out
got.
how you do it now.
It depends where you start because you start near rails. You just need to touch rails to like get your multiplier up because it's not actually. It's not really that important the number on the left. It's just about the multiplier and like
Yeah, that's
staying
the thing. It's
falling
like,
over.
well, you start with a if you start with like a fatty like flip trick or grab trick, and then you can get big points. So you start off with like a big sort of grab trick, get like 3 or 4K. Then you can revert, manual, start grinding rails, and just building up the multiplier.
Mm-hmm.
Just building, building, building. But no, it's worth getting. I don't I like that's the thing though. I want DLC because I want it to have a longer life. I want to play it more, but I don't really have a reason to play it right now.
Mm.
Like I've finished it. I've done all the objectives. Like I'm probably not going to play it for a bit.
Yeah.
I'm kind of done with it.
I would have played it on release, but I was too busy playing Marvel's Avengers, obviously, because it's
How you
me.
liking that?
Um, it's a strange one because there's things I really like about the game, and there's things I really don't like about the game. Um, so one of the things I don't like about the game, and this isn't a meme just because I hate Iron Man, but Iron Man handles like a brick, and there are some sequences where you have to play as him, so it's a bit annoying. Um, but everyone else is fun to play as. I think the most fun heroes to play as, in my opinion, are obviously Captain America, Black Widow, and Hulk, because they've done a good job of making Hulk feel like an absolute horse. Black Widow's fast as shit, and she's got like a zip line thing, which is really fun for combos. And Captain America's
So
just the best. So,
can you choose like who you play as, or do you
uh,
have to do certain stuff?
it depends. There's some story missions like relegate you to certain characters, but if you're doing like the side missions, mini quests, and stuff like that, you can just choose whoever you have unlocked. Really,
Well, because like when I played the beta of it, I definitely thought Black Widow was the most fun character in the game.
yeah, she's fucking
Like
great.
she was basically just like old style Batman,
Yeah,
like yeah, that's that, and that's the kind of stuff I like. I mean, speaking of Batman, I'm looking forward to Gotham Knights.
I'm not so sure. Like, as I thought it was just going to be another Arkham game where you cycle between the characters. Apparently, it's going to be like the same setup as Marvel's Avengers, where it's like a Destiny type thing. But I don't know how
Yeah,
true that is. But it's like,
yeah. I mean, from the gameplay footage, it looks more like that, but it looks like I don't know. The environments just look good. Like
yeah,
the gameplay does look good, and I think the fact that it's not like Avengers style in I think it being just all from what I've seen of Avengers like free for all 4-man co-op combat, like just running around smashing shit.
yeah.
Um, it looks like it's only 2 person, so it's only like 2-player co-op,
That
but you
is
can also
fucking dumb.
do you can also do stealth, so you can actually play it almost like an Arkham game, which my friend was super worried about not being able to do. Like you
Yeah.
can like if me and you were playing together, we could like sneak up on enemies, assassinate them together, and stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good. But I tell you what is weird. They
I
so
sh- just part of
go
the
on.
reason why I say it was dumb. So they made a whole big deal about, oh, this is the four of them taking over, only two play co-op.
Yeah. I mean, I see that, but I also think it'll be better. I feel like 4-player
Yeah,
co-op is sometimes just a bit much. Like it's a bit. I don't know. To have 4 players doing one thing on the screen at once, it usually just has to be like carnage, right? It just has to be fighting stuff, like a lot of you with these
it
kind of
depends on the
games.
game, really.
But the no, what was I going to say now? I've just lost my train of thought completely. Drip or drown.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no. What I was going to say is it's odd that the so this is not the Arkham game.
Yeah,
Oddly
that's the other
enough,
thing. Yeah,
yeah, Suicide Squad is the Arkham game.
I mean, technically they're
Like it.
both in the same universe, but
Well, yeah, but
the
so
producers of Arkham Asylum are doing the Suicide
well,
Squad
no,
game.
no, they're not in the same universe, are they? I read that the Batman game is not set in the Arkham universe.
But it literally
Like
picks up from when he initiated
it does, but
Nightfall.
it's not. It like that's what I read. It does, but it's actually like it's actually not the same universe. Yeah,
okay.
Gotham Knights is an original story set in DC's Batman universe and not connected to the Arkham series.
Well, that's dumb. Now I'm even less hype about it.
Oh, that's super weird to me because, like, as you say, it kind of takes off from Arkham Knight, right? Like,
Yeah.
but Suicide Squad, on the other hand, the other co-op superhero game that that they're releasing is in the Arkham universe.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. Like, it's probably going to be some bullshit like, oh, the whole reason Brainiac was able to invade is because big, smart, 100 IQ, billion IQ Batman wasn't there to see it. Fucking. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they'll be great games or what, but I'll play them. I'll probably
Yeah,
play
give
'em.
him a shot. Like, as much
I
as I
play
don't
most
like
things
Batman,
nowadays.
like, Batman's world, his villains, his allies and stuff are
Yeah,
really interesting. Very into them. I just
the
don't care about
villains are
Batman
really good.
himself.
Yeah, the villains are really good. Have you been caught up in the Among Us hype yet?
No, I don't like games like that.
Bro, I love it. I love
I've
it
played
so
tried to
much.
play through all of them. Like I used to play back when they used to be like mafia type games on the StarCraft 2 custom games.
Oh yeah.
Those were fine and played Town of Salem. That weird snow one that was on a free weekend not too long ago. And I'm just tired of them. It always
Oh,
goes the
bro,
same, they're just not fun. Like
Among Us is very fun. You're wrong. You're
no, because I
wrong.
know as soon as I play it I'll get stuck being a role that does nothing.
Well, no, that's the thing with Among Us. Like that's the thing I like about it is that, like, even being a like what are they called? Not civilians, they're like crewmates on that
Yeah,
game. You actually have shit to do because crewmates have to do tasks. You have to go and do these little mini games, like on the ship to progress. And if you finish all your tasks, if everyone finishes all their tasks, then you win the game.
yeah,
Like as your side. So you have another because that's the thing with Mafia. Your only way of winning as town is to sit through it and like figure out who's who and blame
yeah,
someone and vote them out, right? Whereas like imposters have a much harder job in Among Us than they do in other games of the same type. Like they have a way harder job,
yeah,
way harder, because there's so many ways that like the crewmates can even like detect them. Like there's cameras. If someone goes to the camera room and looks at the cameras, they can see 4 different spots on the ship, stuff like that. Like it's good, man. It's good. Like I
mm,
like the Twitch meta of it
yeah,
because I love that a lot of different people are mixing together to play. Like a lot of different groups are forming from people that maybe would never even play together, and that provides some good laughs. But as with every single game on Twitch, the viewers take it way too fucking seriously.
yeah,
Way too fucking seriously. Like
absolutely.
there's people going into other people's chats to say like "fuck you," why did you vote them off? You didn't know it was them. Like it's insane. Like it's a game. Shut up. like
Yeah,
like what are you doing?
I'm
Like
still really
that's the thing.
skeptical of that game type. I don't think I've ever had fun on a game in that vein.
Oh, I have a lot of fun, but I think that's just because I like deception style games. Like I like figuring
That's
shit
because
out. I
you're a
like being a different.
deceptive demon of a man. I'm
I
a very
really
open,
am.
cool dude.
Yeah.
I like to play as big Captain America and fight crime.
No, I like that like detective part of it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, the whole like figuring out who's who aspect. I like that. I also like yelling at people.
No, to be fair,
Um,
like it's
which
I
helps.
I tell that I do have one game that's fun in that vein. You know, like the really small version, like the Alien game on one of the Jackbox party packs.
Wait, what was it called now?
It was something like about going out the space lock airlock thing.
Uh, fuck. What was it called?
But anyway, that's really funny and fun and good if you are an alien or you're not an alien. Whereas with those games, I find like it's either really shitty to be the person who's meant to be honest, or really shitty to be the killer or the murderer or whatever, and there's like no in between.
Oh, there was push the button. That's the one.
And so on.
Yeah. Japanese games are fun, aren't they?
Yeah, I was playing TKO the other day. So much fun.
Oh, it's fun, man. I like the rap battles one. I had so much fun with that one.
Yeah, I won one the other night. I think my winning
Ooh.
line was, "I'm shopping for jewelry, you're shopping for dildos. I'm going to destroy your ring. Give up, Bilbo."
Bars, absolute bars.
Non-stop bars.
So, speaking of music, that brings me to my probably final topic,
Okay,
given the time.
my face
Unless
is
you
in
have,
extreme pain. Yeah.
yeah. So I'll give you a break. I'll give you a break from chatting.
Oh, I just want to say, one major thing I dislike about Marvel's Avengers
Go
is
on.
just the whole militarization of it all. Like everything's, oh, and you go to the war table to do this. You need to help Shield secure weapons so they can fight against AIM. And it's
Yeah, I heard about that.
God,
I heard that
I
it's
can't.
very.
To be fair, it happens in the films where it's like, I'm one of the biggest Captain America marks of all time. It makes sense for like his stories to be somewhat militarized. He's a former captain. He was created for the military and stuff like that. But like when you've got like people like Hulk and fucking Miss Marvel like doing militaristic things, it's like no. And I get it, like the whole thing with Disney's films being like imperialist propaganda and like militarized and stuff. To an extent, that is true because the military have their fingers in every pie. Like you see the American so like made an esports team for their military and they're trying to recruit gamers. It's all very, but like I don't want that in my superhero things. Like if you look over the past like 10 years at all the major crossover events, the ones that are overly militarized sucked. Secret Empire sucked. And like all the fun ones, like the last really good crossover event was called War of the Realms, and the reason why it was so fun is because it was just about fucking, although it has war in the title, it was just about like the fantastical realms of Asgard like mashing together and stuff like that.
Yeah, like stuff like that's fun. Like I hate obviously I hate the U.S. military like industrial complex. I
Yeah,
really do. Um, and I'm so tired of them just getting involved in everything in such a seedy way. Like it's always stuff that's aimed at younger people. It's always like entertainment stuff. Like it's super seedy, dude. Like especially the Twitch thing. The Twitch thing is absolutely disgusting.
yeah,
I'm glad that they get absolutely shat on every single time they go live. To the point where I think they even stopped streaming for a bit because they just get like, I don't advocate for people to get like abuse and stuff, but hey, fuck them. Like if you're going on like a website like Twitch as a recruiter for the military, you deserve to have shit thrown your way the entire
yeah,
time. Like, and that's the thing. People aren't saying stuff about the person, about the guy, because it's not the well. I mean, it's not the guy, that people are mad about. It's his fucking employer,
yeah.
basically. Um, so like people are just mouthing off about the U.S. Army, which is completely fine. Like, which is good. But like sometimes some of the guys that stream on there, they get so angry and they post on Twitter like another day of dealing with children on Twitch, whatever. Like, just don't go on Twitch then. Stay away. Like, go away. Go do something military. I don't know. Go fucking. I don't know.
Go
Tell
blow
your
up a
wife's
hospital in a
boyfriend
third world
hello.
country.
Mm,
Ooh.
go.
Um, no, but
Ooh,
like
risky.
I'm always skeptical. Like, I mean, this is a problem that still applies to me, but like, God, my mouth hurts. The just the it annoys me when like there's a superhero story and it's a bit linked too closely to Shield or the police or something. I'm like,
Yeah, like
what are
I
you
don't
trying to
like
do here? I don't want to be friends with these people. I want to follow
yeah.
the guy in spandex, and that's it. I'm
But
here for
they
the
do that quite a bit in superhero stuff, don't they? Like,
yeah.
like, oh, the police are here. Thank you for helping us, superhero. Like, like
I don't mean to be a conspiracy theorist, but ever since Disney took them over, because if you look, the last, well, my favorite thing happened before Disney took them over, which is a story called Secret Invasion, which was all about shape-shifting aliens infiltrating super teams. Really interesting, but arguably the biggest modern event before Disney's takeover was Civil War. And in that specific story, Shield approached Captain America. They're like, "Oh, are you going to help us defend this new legislation?" And he's like, "No, fuck off. That's insane. Like you can't do this to people. I'm not going to contribute to this weird sort of, we own all the superheroes. Let's point them at other countries where there's oil and get them
Yeah.
to fuck that shit. And then as soon as Disney took over, we got none of that shit anymore.
But this is what The Boys is about, right? Like
Yeah.
bringing us back to the start. This is what The Boys is about.
Hmm.
Like, oh, they want the superheroes to be their military.
Hmm.
They want to come up with a reason, like they want to come up with some fake reason why they should have superheroes in the military,
Yeah.
or why they should be the military contractors, whatever. It's bullshit.
And it was always like, oh, Spider-Man, he's a street level hero. Like, wars and stuff are beyond him. He's one guy. But now it's just like, oh yeah, the Avengers are getting together to do a war with Shield. Spider-Man's coming as well. Spider-Man loves conflict.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Spider-Man hates Bin Laden. Imagine that. Imagine. You're like, I
One
guarantee
thing you need to
right?
know is Spider-Man trivia. Uncle Ben quote: "Great power, great responsibility." Lives with his Aunt May. One of his greatest regrets was letting Gwen Stacy die. He fucking hates Al Qaeda.
He's just swinging through Afghanistan, just waving at the troops.
Daniel,
Right.
I know your single area in Hell's Kitchen that you usually patrol is in trouble, but ISIS are on the rise again. Can you help?
Yeah.
Of course I can. I can't see them, but I can smell their evil.
Oh God. I bet that's a thing. I bet someone's drawn that. Someone's definitely drawn a picture of like Captain America punching Bin Laden. That's definitely happened.
Well, before sorry, what was it? Before Civil War, there was a story called Secret War, which was literally a story of Nick Fury getting Spider-Man, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and all these like street level heroes together as a strike team to go and mess about inside Doctor Doom's country of Latveria. And it obviously goes tits up, and they break a million international laws to the point where Nick Fury has to go into hiding and wipe the memory of everyone he took. And it was a story about like how you can't do that with superheroes. It's just not viable. It's wrong, and it just hasn't been the case. As soon as
Yeah.
Disney came in, they're like, "Lads, we love war. Remember those Jewish people that Walt Disney hated? They're still in power, and we hate them all."
It's insane. It's insane. I'm so tired of it. But hey, it
Anyway,
is
why
what
don't
it
you talk
is,
about
right?
music, James?
Yeah, like that's music was what I was actually gonna talk about. So there's another concert tonight.
Okay.
There's another online concert tonight. I mean, it'll be gone by the time that this podcast airs. But if you want to check the VOD of it, it's called Appleville. And it's going to be raising money for Mermaids Charity,
Okay.
which is a very good cause. And it's a bunch of like it's all like what I would describe as odd music. So it's either for total zoomers or for weird people that are interested in like obscure acts like myself. It's like 100 Gex, Caro Bonito,
Okay.
Charlie XCX, AG Cook.
That's not too obscure.
Well, it's like PC music and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like PC music is kind of obscure. Like it's
Sophie there.
I don't actually know. No, she's not in the lineup, I don't think.
Yeah. I can't
Unless she's
recall.
on the even more. Dorian Electra's playing.
Okay. 'Cause I know
Hannah
they
Diamond.
operate in the same sphere as like Charlie XCS and stuff.
Yeah, I mean the thing's been put together by AG Cook,
Yeah.
who basically is just the brainchild of like the guy behind PC music.
Yeah.
Which is super weird because he's an odd guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very odd dude that's sort of just been around a
Odd in the
long
seedy way, or
time.
just odd and eccentric.
No, he's just an odd looking bloke. He's just a very nerdy looking dude. Like he's just a music nerd. He's a music production nerd, like from London,
Yeah.
who has long hair and probably shouldn't because it makes him look weird. But like, and he's pioneered this shit really. Like PC music back in the day was small. Like
Yeah.
It was a really small like label. Things like Sophie were on it. Who was it? Who else was it? There was Sophie. There was like QT, stuff like that were on it. Um, but he's sort of turned PC music into a genre over just a record label.
Yeah.
And now it's so big, like, because Charlie XCX is basically PC music. Like, if you want to understand what PC music is, it's that kind of pop. It's like pop with a very like, I'd say like heavy '90s influence.
Yeah.
Um, and it's also very like electronic. It's like electronic pop with a heavy '90s influence. That's the way I would describe it. Well, a lot of these musicians now, a lot of the pop musicians anyway, are going that way.
No, they are like it's strange how these acts are like not too obscure, but like you wouldn't find them most of the time unless you know someone who listens to them already or you went looking for them.
Yeah,
But they've got like hands in just about everything.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is like I think Charlie XCX was definitely one of the probably the first big ones to do it,
Yeah.
to do that kind of style. But now like Carolyn Polachek, who else is that kind of stuff? I'm trying to think of like big pop stars that do it. There's a lot of big stars. I mean, even like whatchamacallit? Fuck, who is it now?
Whatchamacallit is from Turco's Jeep, mate.
Rico Nasty.
Yeah.
Rico Nasty recently did a song with Dylan from 100 Gex, which is
Yeah.
I think 100 Gex have also changed the musical landscape. Like
No, I think
people are
the
really into
dude
that.
from 100 Gex did production on the Garden album, which is brilliant.
Yeah, I
I
mean
love the
Dylan
Garden.
Brady is very very good as a producer. He's just very very talented in general. But I think like Gex also made a lot of it's kind of like the way Keith did it with trap back in the day, right?
Mm.
Like I think Gex have opened up this door to a lot of this almost like obscure noise pop.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are doing it now. Like you check SoundCloud, the Roblox core is the latest thing. I'm not even kidding. Like
Oh, would be.
so it's actually pretty good. So it's kind of like that obscure like Gex style, electronic sort of distorted pop with like I think sound clips from like Roblox or some shit.
Yeah. But it's like I know I think we've talked about this on like two separate episodes, but like looking at like the next generation's music and stuff like that, rather than get like boomer pilled and get angry about it, I'm just even before I was out of the loop. Like I just think it's good when they make these new genres like fucking Roblox call because that's loop.
I've always been stoked about this shit.
But it's
Like
like it's amazing that they could just like pull something out of the most obscure things. Like even when like I was a teenager, and fucking crabcore and shit, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is
yeah,
drumming like Brian." I'm
absolutely.
like, "It's just bands, lads. Just let it happen."
Yeah, like I think that especially with the internet, we now have way, way, way more opportunity to just expand musical horizons and just figure new things out and try new things because it spreads. Like that's the thing. I don't think a band like 100 Gex, for example, would ever be as big as they are without the internet
Yeah, that's
because
true.
it just spreads. People listen to it, it spreads, it becomes a thing. And that's the best thing about like SoundCloud and Spotify, even like, all this stuff, all these platforms, YouTube that you can put your music on, is because someone might just check that out and then go, you know what, I want to make something like that too. And there you go, you've got a whole trend going.
Yeah,
Like there's multiple people doing the same thing because they like how it sounds and they want to play with that style. And I think it's great. I think there's so many like subgenres of every single genre now. There's so many. The only okay, let me just say this though. The only new age genre that I don't fuck with, and I don't even know what you would call it, is that guy that does For the Trap. I can't fuck with that.
I don't know.
Do you not know For the Trap, that song with the really high pitched voice?
Ah, wait, yes, absolutely.
That one? Yeah, I can't fuck with that. I thought it was it's funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke, but it's not.
See,
It's
when I see
it's just
things initially, um, and I'm like, I don't get this. I was very much the same with 100 gex. I heard like I think it's called Money Machine or something. I'm like, okay.
Love a bit of Money Machine, bro.
Um, I was like, okay, it's in for me. But at the same time, like I'm gonna wait and see where it goes. And I did in that really like the 100 gex remix album. So if this guy comes out with a song with someone else or has a feature that just slaps, and that's fine. Like it was similar with Lil B back in the day. Like people were like, is this guy for real? And then like
True.
50 mixtapes later, I was like, this guy is for real.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Actually, like Lil B, is an icon in terms of
Not so much
online.
anymore, but you know.
Yeah, not so much anymore. But I would say that Lil B was definitely one of the pioneers of this sort of online music creation, like
Mhm.
being very online whilst creating music because he was an internet guy.
No, absolutely.
Like,
It was Lil Wayne dropping mixtapes all the time. Lil B, Chief Keef, Odd Future, like that whole run was just insane. And then you look now and there's like hardly any mixtape sites.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Dat Piff is still going, but I don't think people do that anymore. I think SoundCloud is the big thing, right? Like dropping a track on
Yeah,
SoundCloud.
yeah, and Bandcamp
Yeah.
still. Um,
But I love it because it's, as I say, I think because a lot of us now are very online people. Like we know online culture, we understand how people find things, what people do online, what people listen to, stuff like that. And these people are very online too that are making this music. So they understand who their audience is and they
yeah,
understand what they're making music for. And just like even with the ability to sort of like for musicians, I think to send things to each other is such a crazy thing
yeah,
to me, like for someone to maybe get in contact with like a producer that they like and say, hey, I like the synth that you used on this,
yeah,
and for them to go, oh yeah, it's this or whatever,
yeah.
and then they can start send it over, they can start working on something themselves. Like, yeah, music productions, it's going places, man. I
I
like it.
used
I
to
like.
make music internationally with the gang.
You still do, don't you?
Yeah, we dropped a song this year, but
It was
I
good.
wasn't I wasn't really
It
that
was a good track.
active in it. I was just like, can you put a verse on this? I was like, yeah, I'll put a verse on it. It's fine.
Bro, we should do it. We should do it.
I mean,
Make some
yeah,
tunes.
I'm always down. But speaking of music, I saw the best fucking meme the other day that was just like it's that Young Thug picture where the meme format's like, oh, X is in the studio, like, and then whatever the quote is, and the thing was like
Mm.
Frank Ocean's in the studio right now, like, damn that shit's fire, delete it.
I love Frankie Ocean, man. Like,
Great lad.
yeah, I think I don't know. Like Frank is very, very special because the music he makes is incredible, but he's just so like, bro, he's so inconsistent. Like, I love the dude. I love the dude, but the fact that he just disappears all the time is so frustrating as a fan. Like, come on, Frank. Didn't he have like an album brewing, or at least he released a few singles this year, didn't he?
Um, I don't know. You never know with Frank Ocean.
Are you okay?
I mean,
Is the pain just taken over at this point?
no, but it's like I honestly, you never know with him. Like,
Yeah, and I kind of like that though. Part of me is very frustrated that, like, one of my favorite artists doesn't release music all the time, but part of me likes the fact that it is like it's interesting. It's like, is he gonna, will he, won't he? Like, who knows? Is he gone forever? Who knows? Maybe he is. Maybe he's just ran off. He's just gone. You never know.
I guess, but I'm not too. Like, I used to be quite annoyed. Like the lead up to Blonde was a piss take. Um, but
God, Blonde is
nowadays,
so good though.
yeah, and but nowadays I'm just like, sometimes like artists I like that'll disappear for like however many years. I find like when I stop tracking artists, that's when music drops. Like I wasn't expecting the last Queen of the Stone Age album, and it just came out of nowhere, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
thank
true
you.
actually. Like, I feel like I've enjoyed things more, like albums more, when I didn't know they were coming. When I like just get an email and it's like, "Hey, this is out today," or like on Spotify it says like, "Yo, something you might be interested in is out today," and I just listen to the whole thing. I'm like, "Okay, that was a great surprise."
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's
When's the new Carti album coming out?
never.
Yeah, what do you mean never?
It's never coming. It got leaked.
You
It
don't you don't
wasn't
like Playboy
coming.
Carti?
No. I liked his last album. But
Dial It was very good.
it was. I'm trying to find it. There was this like years ago. I don't know if he's deleted it. I hope not, because it was the fucking greatest thing I've ever heard Frank Ocean post, and it was like a 15-second snippet from an unreleased song, and he was like, "Oh yeah, there's a preview of what I'm working on," and he never released it. And
Didn't he do what did he do? He did a new single recently, didn't he? Or he did like a snippet of something recently.
I'm not sure. The last thing I saw from him was In My Room or something.
Yeah, there was that. And there was I think there was something else, but maybe I'm just thinking of things. There was a track before that as well, right? I mean, he's released a few songs this year, either this year or late last year. Like, when did Provider come out? Was that last year?
No, I think it was the year before. I think Provider was late 2018.
Provider was really good, dude. Yeah, there was Provider. There was oh shit, like yeah, In My Room was last year. The time has flown, hasn't it?
Damn, I'm old as fuck.
Yeah, like time has absolutely flown. In My Room was like November of last year. And then October of last year was when DHL came out. What
Don't
the
think I've
fuck?
heard DHL yet.
On March 25th, 2020, he shipped the vinyl singles for Dear April and Cayendo.
Hmm.
The vinyl exclusivity encouraged listeners to leak these two songs onto sites like Twitter and SoundCloud. While they were officially released digitally on April 3rd, I don't actually think I've heard either of those songs. So that's my afternoon.
I think he deleted it.
Oh, wait, he actually got rid of the song?
Yeah, the song I was looking for.
Moon River. You don't like that version of Me River, do you?
Oh, God, I love that song. Like, it's one of my favorite songs. My dad used to have the Andy Williams version on the CD in his car when he used to go on road trips and stuff. It brings back happy
Andy
memories.
Williams.
Andy Williams, we're not stopping here. Yes, we are.
Yeah. That's such an odd one that I remember. It's just like old Simpsons bits like that, just little bits that you just remember. Just like Nelson liking Andy Williams. Like, all right. Oh, I ordered a Simpsons Wutang crossover T-shirt.
It's very niche.
It's got Hans Moleman throwing up the W. And it says Wutang Hands ain't nothing to fuck with.
I think I might have found it.
I love it. What, the song?
Adobe Flash Player is blocked. Are you mad?
You sound like an old man right now.
I can't do.
Sorry, just to chime in here. Like, look at us live podcasting. Live. It's like we should just stream this at this point because we end up going off on these like non-podcast tangents where we're just having a chat and we're just like sat here. But PlayStation have tweeted a few minutes ago. PlayStation 5 showcase this Wednesday. So it looks like we're getting actual details next Wednesday. 40 minutes, feature updates, latest titles, probably going to be a price, I guess, as well. Also, there's a black PS4 featured on the thing, which I vibe with. But yeah, it's been good chatting to you again, bro. It's been good podcasting again.
Indeed.
This episode will be up. I don't even know why I'm saying this. You probably listen to it on Spotify anyway. Make sure to check out the rest of the episodes. We've done quite a few. I think there's only a couple missing off Spotify, right? I think a couple of the first episodes of the series are missing. But yeah, we've done a few episodes. We cover a bunch of shit. We just like, if you like this, make sure to do whatever you do on Spotify. Is it follow? I think you can follow Poddies on Spotify. So give us a follow. You get that fat new
Yeah.
episode straight to your eardrums when it comes out on a ragga tip.
For your head top, as Drake would say.
Yeah, like we're Adele now. Rolling Pondy deep. Yeah. Shout out your channel, Bumberclot.
God. Okay, so am I meant to be plugging myself now?
Yeah,
I'm
plug
just
yourself.
lost in pain and the delirium from the patois. So I'm on Twitter under StatueUB, and you can also catch my articles for my freelance when I write about comics over at cbr.com. Just search Gary Walker under the authors, and I'll be there. If you just click on my name, you can see all the articles I do. I did so many over the past few months, so there's lots on there. Hopefully, you'll learn something new about superheroes. If not, that's fine too, I guess.
Yeah. And wheel up, Irie man.
Shut up.
I was thinking about that. What's that film with is it Matt
Brad
Damon?
Pitt.
Brad Pitt, that's it.
That's
Everything
so
gonna
jarring.
be Irie. Yeah. What film is that? Is it Meet Joe Black?
I think so.
I think it is, isn't it? Don't worry, child. Everything's gonna be Irie. Yeah, anyway, you can catch me at twitter.com/JimothyTV for more jokes about Adele and stuff like that. You know, I'm always posting stupid shit on there. And you can also catch me streaming a few times a week on twitch.tv/JimothyZ. And also peep the Insta for occasional fit pics, for Instagram stories of me lying in bed listening to Playboy Carti. It's Jimothy Lol on Instagram. Just Jimothy Lol, not it's Jimothy Lol, just Jimothy Lol. We're busy men. We've been out there on the yard sweating, like that Casey Frey video, basically.
All men are friends.
Yeah. That's basically for us. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Till then, take it easy. Take it easy. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.